Hi everyone, welcome back. So, Hunter and I have had a very fun and eventful week. We have done a lot of stuff. There have been a lot of people hanging out and visiting, and it's been great. So, I'm here to tell you about everything we've done. So, to start, Hunter's sister and brother-in-law came to visit. They were here for a day while visiting their dad in Bay Center, Washington. So, that was really nice. I got to take them around downtown, and then we all went on a big hike in Ecola State Park, which in this video, this is actually where we surf a lot at Indian Beach, and this is where 3 very famous movies were filmed. At least a part of them were filmed at this viewpoint. So one of those movies is The Goonies. Another one of those movies, which is so popular here, everybody loves The Goonies. Part of Twilight was filmed at this viewpoint, and Point Break with Keanu Reeves was also filmed here. So 3 pretty famous movies filmed on the Oregon coast. This hike is called Clatsop Loop, and it's so beautiful. You have a great view of Tillamook Lighthouse, and then you come down the trail and you can see the ocean, and it's so fun. And we've gone on it twice now with different people. It's been a great experience both times. Both have actually been birthday hikes. Then we went out to dinner at Public Coast Brewing for Brittany's birthday. It was great. Everything that goes in their fryer is gluten-free, so that was an amazing experience for me. I've never had a brewery be so gluten-free friendly. So I got to get fish and chips, which was very exciting and very yummy. And then, so it was a great visit with them. Next up, our weekend, we actually spent 2 days chilling on the beach. I was in the water surfing for probably about 8 hours. Hunter was closer to 10. It was a crazy weekend of surfing. My arms were very tired after it, but it was really fun. We brought the blanket and set up, which was nice. I got to knit on the beach and do some reading on the beach, so can't complain about that. These were our first beach days of the season. So we went to Short Sands Beach, which is one of the most popular in this area. It's a cove, so it's great for surfing. It gets the most wind protection. The waves were okay, but there's a swell coming in, so that's exciting. And it was really nice to be able to sit on the beach. Another thing we did this weekend was we went and picked wild blackberries at our campsite, which was one of the most exciting things about this weekend, and I made a blackberry pie. So to start, I made the dough from scratch. I used a recipe I found online. I can link it in the description. It was pretty easy, a great gluten-free dough. It came out really good, and it rolled out one of the best that I've ever been able to roll out a dough. So that was really exciting. And then when Hunter got back from work yesterday, which would have been Friday, we made pie. So I made the blackberries into a filling with sugar and lime juice and a little bit of flour. And then threw that all into the pie crust after I rolled them out and baked them in the oven. Forgot to take a video of what it looked like when it was done, but they only ate half of it, so hold on. This is the other half that's being saved for tonight. We cut into it while it was still a little too hot, but it was so yummy, and I also made homemade whipped cream to go with it. So it was so fun to be able to go pick the blackberries and forage for them and then have a pie with them. The fruits of our labor were great. I only got a few scratches from the blackberry bushes, but there's so many wild blackberries and they're very invasive in Oregon, so it was actually that was something that we learned at our work stay. Sorry, I think I just gotta have a bite of this filling really quick. Still yummy. Yeah, so there were tons because they're so invasive and they grow so fast. But this pie was Luke approved. We've had a friend visiting and he's been car camping with it, so he said it gets a thumbs up. I think that none of us have ever actually had blackberry pie, so that was also exciting and it came out very well for that. The wild blackberries are definitely a little bit more tart, and so I used a little more sugar. I used about 3/4 of a cup of sugar in the filling, but that seemed to work out really well. Yeah, so that's been a really fun week and we've been really excited. We are going to be packing up and going back to the East Coast soon, and we have a really fun trip planned back that way, so we're excited about that. And we have one more national park trip planned before we head back that way, so stay tuned to see what our next national park trip in the camper is going to look like, and we're happy to have you here. Sunny and I say goodbye. Bye! Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe and comment if you have any questions. Catch you in the next one. Bye bye!